One of Rio's most popular and iconic tourist destinations is Escandaria Salarón, or the Salarón Steps. If you've visited Rio de Janeiro or know somebody who has, chances are you've probably seen these bright, colorful steps before. But do you know the story behind their creation? Jorge Celarón is a Chilean-born Brazilian artist and a ceramist who created the ceramic tile-covered stairs in the Lapa and Santa Teresa neighborhoods. He moved to Lapa in the 1980s and started creating the staircase masterpiece in 1990 as a personal tribute to the Brazilian people. Originally, the artwork began with just the colors green, blue, and yellow. But in 1998, Celarón decided to take the piece in a new direction and make it a world collection of tiles. Today, the staircase has 215 steps that are covered in over 2,000 tiles. There are tiles from Portugal, England, Israel, Italy, Argentina, France, Germany, Peru, Spain, Puerto Rico, Bolivia, the Netherlands, Bermuda, Panama, Guatemala, and several of the United States, just to name a few. The tile that was most meaningful to Celarón was the one he painted himself in 1999 of a pregnant woman. This woman can be seen in several other paintings Celarón created, and she represents a personal problem he struggled with in his life. Prior to learning the history behind the world-famous stairway, the tiles just seemed like a collection of random things around the world to me. But Celarón chose each tile selectively, using them to honor those that he felt helped contribute to the greatness of Brazil and reflected the diverse nations around the world. The artist spent 2 decades of his life creating the mosaic staircase and unfortunately passed away in 2013. His memory lives on forever in these iconic steps and in the hearts of the Brazilian people.
Olá minha gente, tudo bem? Bem-vindo de volta ao meu canal, or if you're new here, welcome to my channel. For those of you who've been following along, you know that I'm here in Rio and I just got done exploring the Salarón steps. All that walking on the steps has definitely built up an appetite for me, so I'm gonna head out, get some lunch, and then check out some of the more popular museums out here in Rio. So without further ado, vámonos!
So I just got my ticket, but you had to pick a time, and the time that I chose is 4 to 5:15. So I'll check out another museum and then hop back at this one later. O Museu do Amanhã, or the Museum of Tomorrow, was honestly one of the coolest museums I have ever been to. The Science Museum is focused on the future of the world and the evolution of our planet. It is a visionary project that challenges visitors to reflect and truly think about the impact that our actions have on this earth and its future. Inside, there are exhibits centered around central themes such as space, earth, social justice, climate change, culture, sustainability, and innovation. Everything is multilingual, with translations offered in Portuguese, English, and Spanish. I was really impressed by the way this museum was designed. The architecture on the outside is great, but inside is next level. With a variety of interactive displays and activities to educate and inspire us to really think, not just about the choices we make as individuals, but also as a collective society and as humans in general. It's no surprise that this museum is one of the most visited museums in South America and has won several international awards to date.
So just got out of Museo do Amanhã. That was one of the coolest museums I think I have ever been to. Oh my goodness. The exhibits were something like I have never seen before. And even though like I got footage of some of the exhibits, there were some that I couldn't even film in. So if you are ever in Rio and have a chance to go, I highly recommend that you check out this one. So it is time for me to head to the next museum. It is a little bit after 4, so I am actually looking for a churro. I want something sweet, then I'm gonna head to the next museum. See you. Alright, got my churro. It's got chocolate and what is it called? Like caramel. It's pretty good. There's just so much to do out here. Like all these places to shop. It's a good place to bike. Definitely gonna come back and take advantage of all that.
O Museu de Arte do Rio, aka the Rio Art Museum, was also a very intriguing experience. I will say it was a lot more difficult for me to really understand what I was seeing because everything was only available in Portuguese. But I still really enjoyed seeing the side of Rio's history and culture. There was a heavy emphasis on the African influence, and I felt connected to a lot of the imagery and exhibits that I saw, even though I had no idea what they were about. This museum is definitely one that I believe is worth a visit if you are in Rio, and I'd highly suggest bringing a Brazilian friend along who can translate for you.
back to my hostel, back in my room. I thought a good way to close out this vlog would be to share with you guys how much I spent on everything today. Just for those of you who are curious about how much, you know, a day of adventure would be while in Rio. So to start things off, I didn't actually show you guys what I had for breakfast. If I have a picture, I'll go ahead and pop one in here of what I had for breakfast, but pretty much I ate at the Selena, and that cost me $4.99. And then after that, I took an Uber to get to the place that I went to go eat lunch. And the Uber ride over there cost me $1.56. And I think taking Ubers here is probably like the more expensive way to get around. They do have the metro too, so it can be even cheaper than that in terms of transportation. My pasta at the place, so the total came to $7.80. The wine was like $2.50, and then the pasta was the remaining. For the first museum, Museu do Amanhã, really cool one. That one cost me for the entry ticket $5.45 because I'm not Brazilian, but if you're Brazilian here, I believe it's a little cheaper than that, probably about half the price of that. And then while I was there, I got a little souvenir to remember my time at the museum. This cost me $3.63. After the museum, I had that delicious churro. Oh, so good. That cost me $1.09. And then last but not least, the last museum that I went to, Museu de Arte Rio, that cost me $3.63. So all in all today, my grand total came to $28.15, which in my opinion, I think that is super great because back at home I could spend that just on the Uber alone. So yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for the vlog today. Let me guys know what you guys think of the museums that I went to and of the grand total for today. I want to hear you guys' thoughts. Drop them in the comment box below. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe so you can see where I'm going and what I'm doing next. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Ciao!